Is it haram to feel attached to a nation?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The concept of nationalism is one that a lot of people have spoken about in the last 100 years or so. And questions have arisen. Is nationalism Islamic? Is it un-Islamic? Can you be a member of the nation state and still be a member of the Ummah? And of course, you have, as usual, you have extremist positions on both sides, and you have the moderate position or the middle position that the majority of the Muslims have embraced. The fact of the matter is that there are extremist voices on the far left and on the far right. There are those who say that nationalism and the existence of nation states is itself a type of kufr, a type of shirk, a type of haram, sin to be a part of. And of course, that is extremism, because in the end of the day, this is a human construct that you can take the good and reject the bad from. The other side, you have those that say that the nation state and the loyalty to the nation state should trump each and every other type of loyalty. That you are a member of the nation state first and then a member of the ummah second. And that's the other side. And as usual, Islam is the middle path, and the position that pretty much all of the mainstream scholars of the world have embraced is that the nation state is a modern construct. It only goes back 100, 200 years. It's a very recent phenomenon. And as we know, nations come and go, borders, they keep on changing. And so the nation state is a state that has a certain usage, a certain functionality, and it is useful to be a part of. In fact, in the modern world, everybody at some level has to be a part of some nation state. Even those that choose to abandon that identity had to have had it in the first place in order for them to abandon it. And just like the tribes of Jahili Islam, the tribes existed. And our Prophet ﷺ came not to demolish the tribes, not to get away with them, but to make sure that tribalism does not trump the more important loyalty, and that is the loyalty to Allah and His Messenger and to the Ummah. Tribalism in and of itself can be haram, and it can be made halal. And our Prophet ﷺ was a member of the Qurashi tribe, and he was proud of this fact till he died. One of the last in the battles that he fought, he said, Ana ibn Abdul Muttalib, I am the grandson of Abdul Muttalib. And this is a statement that signifies, look, I know who my grandfather is. He is the leader of the Quraysh. And the blessings of the Quraysh are something that are well known in the books of our history. And the fact of the matter is that the same can be applied to the nation state, that nation states can have positives and they can be turned into something negative. And as long as a Muslim understands that this nation state is a social construct that has its positives, and I can be a member of it, a productive, a useful member of it, but that the nation state can be right and wrong, unlike Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when the nation is wrong, my loyalty cannot be to the nation in this wrong. And I have to criticize and cut off from this wrong that the nation state does. That doesn't mean that you become a traitor to the system. That doesn't mean that you do things that are un-Islamic, but it means you speak the truth and that you fear none other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Albeit at times there are some gray areas and there's some difficulty. Nobody's denying that. But in essence, it is possible, it is halal, it is completely reasonable to be a God-fearing, loyal member of the ummah, a muttaqi, a pious person, and at the same time, somebody who is a member of a nation state, even if that nation state and the ummah might appear to be at clash at times and whatnot. There are ways to work around this. There are ways to demonstrate that you can be a righteous Muslim. It is a lived and experienced reality for millions and millions of Muslims living in the Western world. This is your brother in Islam, Yasir Qadhi. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.